Hello students, I am Mrs. Divya dealing with chapter 7 evolution, and this is the 16th video. In the previous module we have discussed the Hardy-Weinberg's principle and you have got an idea about the modern synthetic theory of evolution. So hope all of you are convinced about how actually the origin of life might have taken place. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss a brief account of evolution. Now, what is this? Once again, evolution. What do you mean by this? So, till now, we have studied how actually the origin of life might have taken place. Now, after the origin of life, after the living organisms came into existence, then later on, how the evolution of different species or different organisms continued. So that we are going to discuss here, or just a brief look on how actually the continuity of life has taken place. Okay, so let us study about this. Now, what is this geological time, students? Animals and plants in the prehistoric times, they were not like as they appear today. Okay, so you have studied different organisms, many plant or animal species which were present in the previous times, they are not present today, they are extinct. The ones which are present today may not be found previously. So there has always been difference in the organisms present today and in the past. So at various times in the earth's history there was series of changes taking place. Okay, so this period of time of the earth's history is called as geological time. So geo in the sense earth, right? So the total lifespan of the earth, that is right from its origin, is said to be geological time. Okay, now based on this geological time, you can see that from the past history, if you study, you have seen the earth is consisting of many different layers. In the earth's crust, you can see that layers of rocks are present which form the sedimentary rocks or the sedimentary layers, you can call it as, right? So when you go on studying these different sedimentary rocks, geologists have divided this earth's past history into many divisions. Okay, so they have depending upon the time intervals, it has been divided into many divisions. Major divisions are found in the geological time scale. Okay, so what are these? Now the time scale, or what we call it as the geological time scale, is divided mainly into eras. This is the major division found. Whole of that time scale, I hope you know what is time scale now. That is the total lifespan of the earth. Okay, is divided into different time scales. So the major division is the eras. These eras are in turn divided into different periods, and the periods are further divided into smaller divisions, okay, or of which are of shorter intervals called as the epochs. Okay, so firstly we divide the whole of the uh, time scale of earth into eras. Eras are further classified into periods, and periods are further divided into shorter epochs. Got it? So now these eras, periods and epochs, they are arranged on the time scale, right? So as I told you, what is this time scale? It is nothing but, this arrangement is nothing but, it is called as the geological time scale. Okay, now one by one we'll study what are these. So this geological, according to this geological time scale, students, you have studied previously also that earth has been originated around 4.6 billion years ago. But was there life at this time? No. There was no life on the earth until, students, until 3.8 billion years ago. Okay, so this period of earth, when there was no life, okay, there was no life, still the earth was nothing, there was nothing on the earth, and this period is called as the Azoic era. Okay, so Azoa means what? There's no life, it is the Azoic era. Then later on, different time scales have been classified. That is, we leave that Azoic era because there is no life during that period. It was just the initial stage. So we are not going to consider that. So living that after 3.8 million years ago, we can see it is divided into different eras. So first one we have the Archeozoic era, then you have the Proterozoic era, the Paleozoic era, Mesozoic era, and Cenozoic era. Okay, so the whole of the geological time scale is divided into 5 eras. Okay, now if in the NCERT textbook, if you see, they have mentioned 3 eras have been mentioned. Okay, they have given a sketch, right? Sketch of the evolution of different organisms, plant as well as animals, through the geological periods is mentioned, and there they have given you how many they have given. They have given you these 3: Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. Okay, these 2 have not been mentioned because that is the very early times, right? uh, it was just the initial stage of formation of organisms, and there has been no fossil records also of this period. During in the, if you just search in the earth's crust and all, there's no fossil records found of this periods, so this has not been considered. Okay, I'm repeating, these 3 has been mentioned in your NCERT textbook, see it carefully, right? So this 2, just I'm going to give you a brief explanation of these 2. Okay, now first one, which era? Archeozoic era. So this is during the around 3.5 billion years ago. Okay, so what happened during this period, children? This era is called as the era of invisible life, because in this era you don't find any life forms, but some major events took place during this time. What? It was origin of earth had taken place, and the molecular evolution was going on. You know how origin of earth took place. It is said that according to the molecular evolution, earth is a part of sun itself, right? And then later on it gave rise to different structures, or the galaxies, stellar bodies, etc. Then the particles, atoms, molecules, everything came into existence. So you remember that molecular evolution, right? So it is this, during this Archeozoic era, that actually life forms have not evolved, but there was initiation. Molecules were forming. That means what? It is nothing but it was considered as invisible life. Okay, later on these, they evolved to form the multicellular organisms. Okay, and during this period, children, some of the cells, they developed the ability to release oxygen. Oxygen was formed then by the reaction which was similar to photosynthesis. Okay, because at that time there was no chlorophyll pigment, but those primitive organisms, they could split water using solar energy, and they had some what pigments present. Light harvesting pigments were present. Okay, so slowly from the single celled organisms, multicellular forms evolved, right? So this was around 2000 million years ago this was taking place. Okay, so as I told you, what happened there, there was no, actually life had not appeared. because how can we say that life was not there? We don't have any fossil records of those, right? But as I told you, only primitive molecules were forming. Okay. Now, the next one is the Proterozoic era. This era is also called as the era of early life. This was around 3000 million years ago. It was the era of early life. That means initiation had taken place now. Initial organisms, which were the initially formed organisms, the prokaryotes, had appeared, like the bacteria, the blue-green algae. Okay, then slowly these evolved into the eukaryotes, right? So in the Proterozoic era itself, you could see that also there was initiation of the formation of early invertebrates, children. That is, the sponges developed, the protozoans started to develop. So those prokaryotes slowly evolved into the eukaryotes, and further this eukaryotes, they further diversified, that is, they developed into the plant forms, that is the green alga. As I told you, blue green algae was formed. Later on, slowly it initiated the formation of green alga. So at the same time, early invertebrates were formed. Yes. Next one. So next era is the Paleozoic era. So what is this Paleozoic era? This was around 570 million years ago. This is the era of ancient life. So now life has appeared. Okay, life has appeared, but it is ancient life. So how can we say that during this period life had appeared? Because we have n number of fossils of this period. Abundance of fossils had was there. Okay, so and during this period it is actually divided into 6 periods, students. This is era, Paleozoic era. As I told you, eras are further divided into periods, right? So this Paleozoic era is further divided into 6 periods. One is Cambrian period, then you have Ordovician period, Silurian period, Devonian period, Carboniferous, and Permian period. Remember, Paleozoic is divided into 6 periods. Okay, but in your NCERT textbook, the first 2 periods have not been mentioned. Okay, they have started from Silurian period. Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, and Permian has been mentioned, right? So this Cambrian period, it was 570 million years ago. This Cambrian period, children. So first one is the Cambrian period. Here, as I told you, it is 570 million years ago. What was the animals present here? You know, invertebrates, the formation had been started in the previous era itself, right? So they were well established. You could find many different invertebrates have been emerged, and the trilobites were one of the arthropods. They were much in abundance. Okay, so this was also called as the age of trilobites, as they were present abundantly. Then the plant forms, very smaller algae, the initial algae had started to appear. Okay, then next one you have during this Paleozoic era only, which period? Ordovician period. This was 500 million years ago, and this is also called as the age of invertebrates, because many invertebrates had flourished, and also it was called as the age of giant mollusks, because many different types of mollusks like corals had developed. There was abundance of these mollusks and the invertebrates, right? Then many smaller fishes, armored fishes, that is nothing but the coelentrates. Okay. Then plants like marine plants were flourishing. Okay. So now during this period also we could see that the some of the marine plants such as the xylophyton, they had started to appear. Then next period is the Silurian period. This was around 440 million years ago. So during this period, children, jawed fishes had appeared. There was formation of jawed fishes. Wingless insects came into existence. Remember, jawed fishes, wingless insects came into existence. Then scorpions, and among the plants, which were the plant species that emerged, it is the first land plants came into existence during this period. So which were the first land plants? The xylophytons. Okay, those were the first land plants which emerged during this period. And also jawless fishes like the coelacanth. Okay, they were the first jawless fishes. They evolved around 350 million years ago, children, because it was found actually in 1938. In 1938, a fish was caught in South Africa, which happened to be a coelacanth. Okay, but actually we don't find these fishes now. They are extinct. But it is said that these fishes itself, they evolved into the first amphibians. The jawless fishes what I'm speaking about now, they itself, they gave rise to the first amphibians. Remember this, very important. Okay, the coelacanth, which was found in the South Africa, those were the jawless fishes. They are extinct now actually. We don't find any of those specimens now, but it is said that they have evolved into the first amphibians. Okay, so these were also the ancestors of the modern day frogs and salamanders. So you know, frogs, salamanders, they are nothing but the amphibians, right? So it is this jawless fishes itself, they are the ancestors of the present day reptile amphibians, sorry. Okay, so this is about the Silurian period. Next, coming to the Devonian period, which is 400 million years ago. So during this period, the plants which flourished were the ferns. The mosses and the ferns came into existence. So you know what are the ferns? The pteridophytes, right? So these were the first seed plants which appeared. The first seed plants, they appeared during this period, children. Okay. Then what about the animals? So here fishes were actually found in abundance. So it was also called as the age of fishes. Okay. But there was origin of first land vertebrates, that is amphibians flourished. There was origin of amphibians during this period. Which period? Devonian period. But there was also abundance of fishes because fishes had appeared in the previous period itself, right? So now they have accumulated more. Okay, and at the same time amphibians have evolved. Okay, so it is the age of fishes, remember. Then next period you have the fifth one, the Carboniferous period. It was 350 million years ago. Okay, so now here during this period, now previously what had happened? Amphibians had flourished. So now there is abundance of this amphibians, children. Then later on these amphibians, they started giving rise to the reptiles. So reptiles have emerged during this period. Reptiles, the winged insects. Okay, then the seed ferns were also present in abundance, giving rise to smaller forests, that is the swamps. Okay, there was formation of the swamp forest. Then the last one is the Permian period, which was the Permian period around 280 million years ago. So by now, children, the trilobites which had formed in the Cambrian period, initially in the first period, they had totally become extinct. Okay, why? Don't know, because might be because of some climatic changes. They would not have got the food, so they became extinct. Okay, then also the amphibians, they were declining in the sense they didn't become extinct, but certain species of them they declined and the number was maintained constant. There was no increase in them because at this time reptiles had flourished and there was abundance of reptiles during this period. Okay, so the trilobites had become extinct, amphibians were there, but reptiles, the number of reptiles was increasing. Also the modern insects had flourished, and among the plants, so it was the cycads and conifers had been formed. Okay, so conifers and cycads, in which period they came into existence, children? It was during the what? Permian period, right? So next, this is about what? These are the cycads, the conifers. So this was the Paleozoic era. Next, coming to the Mesozoic era. So this was around 225 to 135 or around 200 million years ago. This era was also called as the era of medieval life. It is divided into three periods. One is the Triassic period, then Jurassic period, then Cretaceous period. Okay. Now first one, what is this Triassic period? This is around 225 million years ago. In this period, there was transition of reptiles into mammals. So reptiles had been formed initially and these reptiles were slowly turning out into the mammals. There was also formation of the egg-laying mammals. Okay, so and at this period, children, there was initiation of the formation or origin of dinosaurs was taking place. They were flourishing. Also egg-laying mammals were flourishing like platypus and echidna, right? Then what about the plants? There was increase in the number of gymnosperms. Cycads, the ginkgo, conifers were increasing in number. Then next period we have the Jurassic period. So all of you know what is this Jurassic period, right? So it was around 145 million years ago. During this, the dinosaurs had increased. There was abundance of them, of these dinosaurs. At the same time, there was rise of toothed birds, children. So what is this toothed birds? So this suggests that birds have evolved from reptiles. One example I had told you previously, Archaeopteryx, right? So they are a connecting link between the reptiles and the birds. Then insectivorous marsupials started flourishing. Marsupials means the pouched mammals started to flourish. Then among the plants, now children, gymnosperms had flourished during the previous period. Now it was the time for angiosperms. Okay, so smaller angiosperms started to evolve. Now some of the land reptiles also during this period, children, they went back into the water to evolve into fish-like reptiles. They started to emerge, such as the Ichthyosaurus was an example. The land reptiles were nothing but the dinosaurs. So it was the age of dinosaurs. So biggest of the dinosaur is the Tyrannosaurus rex. See in the chart it has been given. Okay, the Tyrannosaurus rex, it was about 20 feet in height. Remember this, children. Tyrannosaurus rex is the species of dinosaur which was about 20 feet height. This is the biggest of them. Okay, so this is one question for NEET. Then in the Mesozoic era, you have the Cretaceous period around 135 million years ago. So the dinosaurs slowly they started to become extinct. So when did the dinosaurs live? It was only during the Jurassic period. Okay, then they slowly became extinct. Why they became extinct, children? Sometimes it is said that due to climatic changes, okay, suddenly they disappeared from the earth, right? So it is said sometimes around 135, or sometimes it is said it is around 65 million years ago they disappeared actually. So we don't know what is the actual reason. Okay, then it is also said that most of the reptiles they started to evolve into the birds. So the early dinosaurs they became extinct. Okay, then there was also extinction of toothed birds, because the present day birds were actually flourishing. So toothed birds disappeared. So there was beginning of the modern day birds what we find today. Also the placental mammals had evolved. Okay, so the first mammals were the shrews had been formed. Then the plants here, as I told you, angiosperms were flourishing. So there was abundance of those angiosperms during this period. Then next one. The next era is the Cenozoic era, children. So during the Cenozoic era, after 65 million years ago, it is actually divided into two periods, the tertiary period and the quaternary period. So here in this two periods you can see it is again divided into 5 epochs. As I told you previously, periods are divided into smaller subdivisions, that is the epochs. So the tertiary period is divided into 5 epochs, that is the Paleocene, Eocene, Oligocene, Miocene and Pliocene. Then the quaternary period is divided into 2 epochs, that is the Pleistocene and Holocene. So in your NCERT textbook they have not mentioned these epochs. Okay, so don't worry much about these epochs, just have a general information about these if at all it appears in the competitive exams. Okay, so tertiary and quaternary has been mentioned in the Cenozoic era. Only those two they have given you, right? So what happened during this period now? So it was almost the modern day, right? So first one, if you see this tertiary period now, during the Cenozoic era, the tertiary period, and what is the epoch? First one is the Paleocene epoch. So now during this period, children, there was the rise of the first primates evolved. Okay, for example the lemurs. Then in the next epoch, that is the Eocene epoch, it was around 54 million years ago. During this there was diversification, that is many again different varieties of placental mammals, then modern day birds, they started to evolve. Okay, there was diversification of the mammals. So as I told you, this is also an example for adaptive radiation, that is like anteaters, mouse, bobcat, flying squirrel, wolf. So these were some of the organisms which evolved from the one original placental mammal. Okay, then the next period we have the Oligocene epoch, that is, it is around 38 million years ago. In this epoch, children, there was extinction of the mammals which had formed during the early period, the Archaeozoic era. Okay, then there was the rise of the first monkeys and apes. So now slowly, as I told you previously, primates had evolved. Now there was formation of the monkeys, the first monkeys and the first apes came into existence during this period. And now among the plants there was also monocots were formed during the that Oligocene epoch. Then next we have the Miocene epoch around 26 million years ago. Now the mammals were in abundance. The adaptive radiation continued, which gave rise to different species. Angiosperms were also flourishing, or they were also in abundance. Then the next epoch we have the Pliocene epoch. It was around 6 to 7 million years ago. This, children, it is called as the age of mammals. Okay, because there was actual emergence of human-like structure, human-like apes. Okay, and at the same time the adaptive radiation of the modern mammals took place. That means what? The present day mammals, they started to move on to different places, which led to evolution of new species. Then next we have the Quaternary period, the second period here in the Cenozoic era, which is divided into two epochs, right? So first one is the Pleistocene epoch, which was just 2 million years ago. Here the previous mammals, they became extinct. And another important feature is that the humans have appeared during this period. Mammals were formed, humans were formed, the first humans, and they started to lead a social life. So now by this time there was civilization started to emerge among the human beings. Then the last one we have the Holocene epoch, or it is also called as the recent day epoch. The recent epoch, it is around just 0.01 million years ago. So now the modern man was dominant during this period. It is also called as the age of mammals, birds, fishes, insects and angiosperms, children. Okay, so hope you have understood the concept, right? So how to study this means, don't make a chart, right? Refer your NCERT textbook. Clearly they have mentioned the different eras and the periods. So make a flow chart of it, and in each of that period what you write, the era and the period what you write, the by the side of it go on mentioning the emergence of life. Okay, so make a just a flow chart of it, right? So the next ones to study, what is the next one, children? It is in the next module we are going to study the most successful story, that is the evolution of man. Okay, because man had evolved with language skills, with self-consciousness, right? So that is the most interesting journey, right? So that we'll discuss in the next module. So thank you very much.